Hello, and welcome to the Main Meal Weight Management Support, where we help each other find the confidence and self-esteem necessary to reach and maintain our weight goals by tapping into joy and living our best life in every moment. So I want to talk a little bit about ongoing challenges. It's easy enough to talk about a challenge that comes up. It's a one-time event. You figure out what to do with it, you make your choices, and you move on. But what if one of our challenges is something that's a daily occurrence, that it's a situation or a setting that is not something we can avoid? So I'll give you a little example. The last job I had was in a call center, and it was a fast-paced environment, lots of stuff going on all the time. We were divided up into teams, and each team would celebrate each other's birthdays. There was, seems like all the time a birthday cake coming around. We had potlucks once a month. The company I worked for entertained clients and prospective clients. So there was also always some really delicious catered food that would be left over after the client had lunch, and it was available to us in the snack room. So there was always food around. We laughed when we would interview people and told them to just get ready to gain 15 pounds when they came into the call center. So when I would try to control my weight, for a while I just went with it. I ate what was there. I didn't think about it. And then I started gaining weight that I didn't like and I didn't want. And so then I backed out of all of it. I just wouldn't participate in the potlucks. I wouldn't go to the lunchroom when there was extra food. I brought my lunch, all the time, and I just tried to stay away from the whole thing. And all these activities were designed to do team building, and they were good for that because it was just a couple of moments in the day when you could talk to your coworkers and get to know each other a little bit over a couple bites of food. So backing out of all the activities didn't seem like the right thing to me either. So what I finally landed on after a while was that I made sure that I took with me lunch and snacks every single day. I found out a method and a way to make sure that I had the food that would nourish me and support my digestive system and my weight goals. And I had that with me every day. And then when it was time to sing happy birthday, I would go with all the other groups and I would sing happy birthday to the person. And I'd walk back to my desk and nobody noticed whether I took a piece of cake with me or not. I just didn't have to have the cake. It was okay. If it was a appreciation dinner for the whole company where we were being catered to instead of a client, I would participate in that, but I would go and I would take a little bit of something and bring it back to my desk. And that day it would be just a little bit, but I would know that I wasn't depending on a huge meal or that I wouldn't starve until that meal came so that I overate. I went ahead and brought my lunch and brought my snacks so that I wasn't tempted to go back to the kitchen and get more food and get more food and get more food. And so it was a way that I figured out after a while to deal with an ongoing situation that helped me let me reach my goals. There were choices I made for how to handle it and still participate in the team building activities and still feel like I was part of the group. So my way is just one way. There could be any numbers of ways to do something like this. There's no one way that's right or wrong. The ongoing situation might be a person in your life who's in your life, and there are conversations that need to be had with that person, or maybe there are conversations that should never be had with that person. We're each going to figure out our own way. These are the tougher challenges, the ones that are ongoing, the ones we can't walk away from, the ones we can't work around or get through or get past. They're going to be there. And this is where our capacity to choose, staying present to ourselves and to what's true for us, staying within integrity and authenticity of what our goals are, who we are, and how we want to live our lives. We really need to tap into those skills and make the choices with these ongoing situations that satisfy us and allow the people around us to make their own choices. We don't have to please someone else or make sure that they're satisfied in order for us to stay within integrity and still take a step further and closer to our goals. So join me every Wednesday morning around 10:30 Pacific. Remember, the important word in the main meal weight management support is support. No matter what changes you're making to your life, it's a game of solitaire, but it should never be played alone. Let's do this together. See you next week.